Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm switching it up a little bit because last time you guys thought the video was real even though I kept saying it was a fan video. What's up with that? Or maybe my editing skills in the beginning of the video were a little too good. It's okay. Today we're keeping it casual. This is not a fan video. I repeat, it's not a fan video. Everything I say today is real. So today I want to talk about hotel loyalty programs and how I rank them and why. Today's video is mostly inspired by you, the subscribers. Some of you might be wondering, is it even worthwhile to attempt to rank hotel programs? Isn't it completely subjective? Yeah, it is. So why am I doing it? It's because it's interesting. However, my ranking is not of the best hotel program out there. It's of the best hotel loyalty program that's right for me. So we're gonna get into why I love Hilton and why it's the best program for me.
Here we go.
For those new to the channel, I'm Richard Devs from Artsquare Travel Rewards, and I'm an avid traveler. I hop from country to country, taking in as many unique experiences as possible, mostly funded by points and miles earned on my credit cards. So if that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and subscribe to see how I use credit cards to enable this travel habit of mine. So here are the questions that I'm going to be responding to. First, what's your favorite hotel program and why? Second, lots of your travel is focused on Africa and there aren't a lot of hotel choices that I can transfer points to unless I use a travel portal. I worry about the brands. What do you think of the Accor Live Limitless Built Status Match? Can you arrange a tour with your subscribers to visit Kenya? So let's start with the first one. What's your favorite hotel program and why? I need to preface this by saying that if my overseas stay is less than 4 weeks, then I hit up hotels and Airbnbs. And if I can eke out at least a month, then I'm definitely renting a private villa. Hey guys, once you go the private villa route, there's really no going back. So to answer your specific question, it's all about unique experiences for me. Marriott offers some really nice properties, as you can see here. I'm fresh off a St. Regis stay in Bangkok, where I'm still raving about the butler service. However, it's a city hotel, so I know what I'm getting. IHGs are okay, but they don't do it for me when it comes to unique experiences. But I will take advantage of the Intercontinental Ambassador Program for a year when I'm in Asia next, which will be next year. Asia is the sweet spot for IHG. So once I cross Marriott and IHG off my list, I'm left with Hyatt, Hilton, and Accor. No offense, I'm gonna leave out Wyndham and Choice Hotels. And you Marriott loyalists, don't come for me. I'm not saying it's not a good program. It's an outstanding program. They have some outstanding hotels. I'm still raving about the St. Regis, and who doesn't love the Ritz-Carlton? I know what I'm gonna get at every St. Regis that I go to. It's gonna be outstanding service without a doubt, but it's not unique. But for me, what I'm looking for in my favorite hotel program is a unique experience. So I gotta take Marriott off the list, I gotta take IHG off the list, and I can't consider Wyndham and Choice. So again, that leaves Hyatt, Accor, and Hilton. Hyatt has some great flagship properties like Alila and Park Hyatt, which I just stayed at this year in Zanzibar. I cannot say enough about that property. Here's a sneak peek into that trip.
Welcome to Zanzibar.
You can make the argument that Park Hyatts are Park Hyatts, but because it's located in Zanzibar, the culture just seeped through the walls at this Hyatt. It was outstanding. But where you find the uniqueness in Hyatt properties is Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Hyatt started the acquisition last year and they finally pulled it off in April 2024. So if you take a look at these Mr. and Mrs. Smith properties, you will understand what I'm talking about. Some of them are located in some amazing exotic places, and I have my eye on this one in Namibia planned for next year. Some of you might know that I'll be spending a lot of time in South Africa next year, and Namibia is right next door. So when I'm looking to identify my favorite hotel program, it's not about points and miles, it's about unique experiences and the memories that I'm gonna have there. And next is Accor Live Limitless. I know many of us in the US aren't used to Accor because it's mostly in Europe and the Middle East and Asia. Probably a lot of you have heard of the Fairmont Hotel. And Fairmont properties are Accor Live Limitless. Other hotels that you want to know about are Raffles and Sofitel. You see me having dinner here at Raffles in Boston. It's an outstanding property, but you're not going to see me staying at a Raffles in Boston. I want to stay at a Raffles on an exotic island. And that brings me back to Fairmont. The Cape Grace Fairmont in Cape Town, South Africa is fantastic. Here I come. I had dinner there last year, but I didn't stay at the hotel. And I'll be coming back for a couple nights in 2025. So that brings us to Hilton. Hilton also has flagship properties like the Waldorf Astoria and the Conrad, but they also have small luxury hotels or SLH. And this partnership started in July 2024 after their partnership ended with Hyatt. So Hyatt would still be at the top of my list if they still had SLH and Mr. and Mrs. Smith. But they messed up. I recently stayed at an SLH property in Phuket, Thailand called Kimala. And when I say unique and outstanding, there's nothing like it. Whether it's the location of the hotel overlooking the valley and the ocean, or how the rooms are built like bird nests in the mountain, your private pool, the outstanding bathroom, incredible pool area, delicious food. Guys, you know you're in a great hotel when you don't want to leave. So when you stay at an SLH hotel or a Mr. and Mrs. Smith, you're not gonna go roaming around. The hotel is so special that you want to stay there and experience everything they have to offer. Don't get me wrong, it has to be the right hotel in the right location. So if you get an opportunity to stay at Kimala in Phuket, Thailand, don't pass on that opportunity. The next SLH property which I have my eye on is the Cellars in South Africa. Something that I love Hilton is doing with SLH is that all the SLH properties are offering a standard room rate, which you can use your free night award certificate from your Aspire card towards, which comes in handy because some of these rooms cost over $1,000 a night. Actually, they probably all do, at least the ones that I'm interested in. So you better believe that I will be shooting a video from the Cellars in Cape Town next year. Alright, so we covered uniqueness, which narrowed the list down to Hyatt, Hilton, and Accor. But what raises Hilton above the others is simplicity of the program. I've talked about this over and over. Just by holding the Aspire card, you immediately earn Hilton's highest status, which is Diamond. Guys, Curio Collection is by Hilton. So if you're a Hilton member, like I'm a Diamond member with Hilton, you get to enjoy all those amazing benefits at this hotel. Yeah. You got to jump through hoops to get Globalist with Hyatt, and you got to spend a lot of money to earn Diamond with Accor. So in my mind, the choice is very clear. Hilton is my favorite hotel loyalty program for its unique experiences and its simplicity. I'm interested in how you guys think, but this is just how I rate them. So if you want to get into it in the comments, go ahead. I have noticed in other videos, people saying that Hilton doesn't have luxury properties. And I feel like some of them might not be aware that Hilton is now partnering with small luxury hotels. All right, sorry I got interrupted. Duty calls. I had to run an errand, but let's finish the conversation. All right, so question number 2 is lots of your travels focus on Africa, and there aren't a ton of hotel choices that I can transfer points to unless I use a travel portal. I worry about the brands. Fear not, my child. I guess there's a question buried in there somewhere, but I understand what you're getting at. It's kind of true that the traditional hotel brands of Marriott, Hilton, Accor, IHG are not typically found in most countries in Africa. There are exceptions, of course, like the Waldorf in Seychelles, the St. Regis and the Conrad in Egypt and Morocco, the Park Hyatt in Zanzibar, which I stayed at, and a few other theme ones associated with luxury safari lodges. Given how unique Africa is, that's where SLH, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and Accor, specifically the Fairmont, shines. As stated before, these are all about unique experiences. And at the very least, you want to go on a safari when you come to Africa. So why not stay at one of these incredible hotels? So stop worrying about the traditional brands. Especially when it comes to Africa, you want all unique experiences. All right, the next question you have, what do you think of the Accor Live Limitless built status match? I had no intention of mentioning Built again when I was looking through my chat regarding hotel questions. But then I came across one yesterday where a subscriber asked what I think of the Built status match to Accor Live Limitless. I'll put up the rent day matching criteria here on the screen. On January 1st, 2025, if you have Built Blue status, you get a free status match to Accor Silver status. If you have Built Silver status, you also get a free match to Accor Silver status, or you can transfer 5,000 Built points and get Accor Gold status. If you have Built Gold status, you get a free status match to Accor Silver status, or you can transfer 2,000 Built points to get Accor Gold status. So it's not a material perk, but it's a little better because you get to transfer 3,000 less Built points to Accor. But if you have Built Platinum status, you get a free status match to Accor Silver status. You can transfer 2,000 Built points to get Accor Gold status, or you can transfer 5,000 Built points and get Accor Platinum status. And that's what we want. So given what I've already said about Accor and the fact that I'll hold Built Platinum status to December 2025, I love this status match and I most certainly will be taking advantage of it on January 1st. I would be nuts not to transfer those 5,000 Built points to get Accor Platinum status. I'll continue to say this about Built. The fact that Built has made it harder for us to achieve status means that more goodies are coming our way in 2025. And I think this is a great start for the first of 12 rent days next year. So what does Accor Silver status get you? 24% Accor bonus points, a welcome drink, and late checkout. All right, I have to say that I'm impressed that Silver status, which is an entry-level elite status, comes with late checkout. If you're staying at an amazing hotel, you want to stay there as long as you can. So if it's 4 p.m. checkout, I'm leaving at 3:59. So here's what checkout day is like for me. I typically wake up late, have breakfast, enjoy the facility, which may or may not include a spa like the St. Regis had, take my time packing, and then call an Uber to the airport. I'm just not the kind of person that wants to wake up super early and rush to the airport. It's just not my thing. Next year in 2025, I'll be hitting up some APAC countries. Not that kind of APAC. Japan and Singapore are the current frontrunners. So Accor Platinum status is really going to come in handy when it comes to things like suite upgrades and lounge access. I should mention that in Asia, Accor Platinum and Diamond statuses come with free breakfast. All right, and the last question that we're going to answer today is, can you arrange a tour with your subscribers to visit Kenya? The answer is, let me see, no. Guys, you know how challenging it is to book trips on points and miles and getting your timeline straight? It's stressful enough to do it for myself. To do it for a bunch of people, I'd lose my mind. And I wouldn't want any responsibility for anyone. And I should say that when I go to Kenya, I love to take in the culture and interact with people. I'm walking the streets. For example, in this video, I started cooking Rolexes, which is basically a fried omelet. And here, I'm buying chickens to replace the ones that Q's murdered. Now, I also do some of the fancy stuff, some fancy hotels, some fancy spas, but for the most part, it's not the kind of tour that I think most of you would be interested in. But you might like this wine tour in South Africa, but you might want to do that on your own. So I appreciate the interest that you have, but visiting Africa, it's not the challenge that you think. Just book a flight and a hotel and go there. You can fly business class on Air France, Emirates, Delta, Turkish, Qatar, and many other airlines. One of my South Africa trips next year is flying business class using Alaska. I'm going to be flying on Condor. Or should I say, Q's and I will be flying business class. So it's so easy, guys. It's modern, and you can stay at any hotel you want. I personally love to mix it up with the locals. Some of you might be concerned doing that on your first visit, but guys, it's a nothing burger. It's all about cultural exchange. All right, so in summary, it's important for you to pick the hotel program which works for you, because there's no one size which fits all. Are you interested in a budget stay because you're traveling for a while? Or do you have a family and you just want to save some money? Those are all factors to consider. So do what works for you. Thanks for watching until the end. Since you've gotten this far, it only makes sense to like, share, subscribe to this channel, and become a member to help give it some more visibility. As always, take care and be good to each other.
Here we go.